You ever feel like the world's gone completely nuts? Like you're the only one trying to do the right thing and everyone else is just spiraling? Well, there's an ancient story about a guy who felt that on a whole other level. His name was Noah. So picture this. Thousands of years ago, the world was, according to the story, a pretty wild place. It says people had become corrupt, violent, and had completely turned their backs on their creator. God looked at this whole situation and was, to put it mildly, heartbroken. He saw the mess humanity had made and decided to hit the reset button. A global world-changing reset. But there was one guy who stood out. Noah. The Bible describes him as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time who walked faithfully with God. While everyone else was caught up in chaos, Noah was just trying to live a good life, raise his family right. So one day God comes to Noah with the most insane-sounding project you could ever imagine. He says, "Noah, I'm going to send a flood, a massive one, to cover the whole earth, but I want to save you and your family. So I need you to build a boat." And this wasn't just any boat. It was an ark. God gave him the exact blueprints. Make it out of cypress wood, coat it inside and out with pitch. 300 cubits long, 50 wide, 30 high. That's about 450 feet long, the size of a modern-day cargo ship. And he was supposed to build this thing in the middle of dry land. Can you imagine what his neighbors thought? Here's Noah, this old man with his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, spending decades, maybe even a century, chopping down trees and building this colossal wooden box miles from any ocean. People must have laughed at him, mocked him. "Hey Noah, expecting a little rain?" They probably thought he'd lost his mind. But Noah didn't waver. He had faith. He just kept on hammering, sawing, and trusting the plan. Then came the next part of the instructions. God told him to gather animals. Not just a few, but 2 of every kind, a male and a female, and bring them onto the ark. Birds, cattle, creepy crawlers, everything. Imagine the logistics. A floating zoo, a sanctuary for all of life, assembled by one family. Finally, the day came. The last plank was nailed in place. The last animal pair waddled or slithered or flew up the ramp. Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives all went inside. And then, the Bible says, God himself shut the door behind them. For 7 days they waited inside the silent ark. And then it started. A single drop of rain, then another. It wasn't just rain from the sky. The story says the springs of the great deep burst forth. Water came from above and below. For 40 days and 40 nights it rained relentlessly until the highest mountains were covered. Everything, everyone outside that ark was washed away. Inside, Noah and his family could only listen to the storm, bobbing on a lonely ocean in a world they no longer recognized. It's a story of destruction for sure. But more than that, it's a story of survival, of faith against all odds, and of a brand new beginning promised by the sight of a rainbow when the waters finally receded. It makes you wonder, what's the ark you're being asked to build in your own life even when no one else understands?